There are a lot of issues that Kenyans should be serious in addressing, and particularly the government. There are a lot of issues that Kenyans should be addressing, and particularly the president should be addressing. One of the concerns of the major sectors of this country is health. We have the SHA thing, which has been legalized by Parliament, and Parliament has said that that program was illegally procured, and they say that this is something that is being politicized. And therefore, we want to say that instead of having a house as Parliament investigate that issue, because we know a government thing might not go down minus its shareholders, and maybe the shareholders are the people sitting in the same Parliament. Why can't we even have a commission of inquiry whereby it investigates who owned the 104 billion shillings, who are the shareholders of that money? Because we are now learning that the government can have any fiscal budget to ensure that it can risk to anything. We are having 104 billion. We are bringing money to test something instead of testing it first and deploying the money. Why? Something should be tested after its validation, not applying something and then using money for around 10 years. That is what we are doing. Instead, that 104 billion shillings, the NHIF that anybody could pay 500 shillings. That 104 billion shillings could be used to plug youths out of these streets and put them in other places. Instead of wasting that money, we have money that we give out in churches which are not in the budget. Imagine over 120 million promised to a church. That is a budget for that is a budget for a constituency, a CDF allocation to a constituency per year. You can imagine if we can increase that money to a school in Baringo, so that we can ensure that even teachers have staff room and the children have a place where to learn. They cannot share classes. We cannot have two teachers teaching different subjects in the same class. We can as well take that money to the people of Northeastern and help those people achieve whatever their leaders have failed to achieve there. And I want to tell the people of Baringo, you've elected specifically Tiati constituency. You have elected your member of parliament for more times. That man has been in parliament for long ago. And we want to say, even if it is taking people from somewhere in the country and registering 100,000 voters who can go and remove that member of parliament, because we want to have fresh minds, we want to have fresh people governing this country. So we can even take people and go and vote for other people in that constituency to ensure that we see some other places changing, not having the same leaders, singing the same song, but things are not working out in government. Number two, I want to talk about the issue of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga and the government. We've had a problem whereby Kenyans are not understanding well whether this man Raila Odinga is either in government or is listening to the will of the people, because himself he has not pronounced anything. We have two factions in the same party, the one that is supporting the president and the one that is not, and therefore a pronouncement has not yet been made by the party leader himself. So we want to tell those leaders, we know you are taking sides, but what you don't know is that you are waiting for Baba to speak. Even if you are supporting the government, if Baba says that we are going this way, we are sure that you are going to leave whatever you are doing and follow what your party leader is saying. Even the experts who are in government working as cabinet secretary, if Baba can wake up one day and tell those people to leave those jobs, then I'm sure if he gives that order by 8 a.m., then by 8:05 a.m., those offices will be vacant. So let us not lie to the people, because we've not had Baba himself speak. He has said that his consultations are going, but he hasn't said that he's supporting anybody. He hasn't said that he's supporting government. He has also not said that he's with the will of the people. So let us wait for his pronouncement. I know it will be a big one. It is the most anticipated decision by Kenyans, because Kenyans want to join the rest of the other people in the country to ensure that the man in office leaves, because there is no compromise. Even if we try our churches, that will still not work. So we want to tell Baba Raila Odinga, take conscience. We know that your political acumen has never expired since. We know you're going to use the same political enigma that you have always used to ensure that you can champion the best interest in the next coming elections. So we want to tell the likes of SG Sifuna that continue with the honorable work that you're doing, because that is now what can make people feel that the leadership is ongoing. If you can take all views from this country, starting the way you started from Baringo, then our country can be represented whereby Baba Raila Odinga can take views of the Kenyan people from his own party leadership. And then lastly, as I finish, as a young person coming from Kilgoris constituency in Narok County, there are fights that are ongoing in that county, and we absolutely condemn those fights, because people who have great minds of success cannot be fighting over one single cow, because there is more that unites us than what divides us. So we want to tell those people that please, our children who came for half term have not yet back returned to school because of those disputes. Our mothers who can only depend on milk selling cannot do their business because of the disputes ongoing at the border. The people that are doing business at the border sites, their businesses are going down, and maybe those are the businesses that would have fed their own families. They are going down because of those fights. I want to tell the governor of both counties that it is time that you show your political maturity. It is time that you suspend political egoism and show mature and proportionate leadership, because if you can't this time, then Kenyans and the people of Narok County are going to show you, how leaders of such caliber shall be shown the door come that time. Because if we cannot see those people as people who do business, then let us see those people in the line of voters, because that is only what can define a politician. Once a politician sees something as a voter, then he can equally solve that interest. So let us Simba Arati is a deputy party leader. So imagine those are your voters and they are dying, they are being killed. You are going to pay hospital bills that in something that you can prevent. Why? If you are so inhuman, look these people in terms of voters, because they are your voters at the end of the day, and we need those people to revive this economy, to revive our counties, and to also ensure that there is good leadership. Lastly, there is the issue of MCAs, and I want to address this matter categorically, because our MCAs have been despised with their role, and the role that the MCAs are handling and the role that the parliamentarians are handling is the same. It is oversight, legislation, and representation. But the salaries of these MCAs must be respected, because we are having county assemblies which are compromised because of their own pays. We are having governors who are compromising the MCAs. Imagine if these people would have been, their mortgage loans could be increased, their car loans could be increased, their allowances be increased, and their salary to be increased. We could not have a problem whereby a whole county government is compromised. We can have MCAs who can speak to their own will, who can speak to their own conscience, and who can bring any governor, however how big he is, he can be brought to book and he can be shown the door. Because matters of county government, our county governments are rotten as we speak, and they are at hell. Looting, swindling, and embezzlement are going on at high rate. So if that matters of MCAs can be resolved, then we can have a better country and better county governments. Thank you.